So this part of the story, it seems like starting at verse 21, Isaac didn't fully trust this. Something felt wrong to him, but he couldn't prove it. And then starting at verse 24, even after he blessed him, he still questioned it. Why? The choice has been made already. You blessed him, and now you're second guessing it. Why not be more patient and take your time with it? Because some things you can't take back, it seems. And then in verse 29, his father knew it seemed like he was pretty smart. He knew if he cursed him, he would be cursed. And I'm referring to cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be those who bless you. So it's almost like we do it to ourselves type of thing. Like, don't be a hater, basically. When you hate on somebody, you hating on yourself. When you love on somebody, you're loving yourself. This is my assumption about this. At verse 36, I wrote down, granted, there may have been lies, but why are you mad about a choice you made? He didn't force you to sell the birthright. You chose to do that. Now, I'm looking back on this note, and I have no idea why I wrote that. But I'm sure I wrote it for a reason. I'm just not sure what that reason is at the moment. Now, I could go back and reread the whole thing, but that's not going to be part of this project. I am making this with notes I've made last year or a couple of years ago. So then when I read the whole story over again, I can compare this to my new perspective on this story. So it's in there for a reason. And at verse 40, I wrote down the following notes. To not hold grudges with people. He would have gotten blessed quicker without being so pissed off, being angry and bitter, and trying to kill him. Maybe learn to let go of one thing at a time, one piece of the major problem, but with baby steps. Chipping away, and you can get rid of the problem. A jackhammer doesn't dismantle the concrete in one blow. It's multiple blows. Chip away at it. And he also lived by his own sword, his own words, and his own feelings. I'm guessing that's what I meant. And become restless, and the yoke will be broken. Not sure what I meant by that, but I wrote it down for a reason. But, yeah, don't hold grudges. Easier said than done. Sometimes you have 10 bad things going on at once, and you want everything to be done all at once. And that may or may not happen, but if you focus on one little problem at a time, you knock one out, knock another one out, knock another one out. You knocked 3 problems out so far. Now you only got 7 left. I'd rather deal with 7 than 10. I'd rather deal with 5 than 10. I'd rather deal with 1 than 10. So some things just requires patience, and when you knock something out. When you're over something, or at least something will be thrown your way to test or see if you're going to react in the new perspective, or are you going to keep reacting in the old perspective. And at verse 44, the following notes. She thought that this could be solved in a couple of days. Did she underestimate how pissed off he was? Another note I took from this is to stop speaking for other people. You don't know what depth anyone feels about a particular thing or situation, especially if you can relate to it in some way. So I need to be mindful of telling people how they should and should not feel. I feel like this is a reminder for me to shut up, basically, pertaining to other people's situations. And I just scrolled back up and I see why I said what I said earlier, because Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. So that was I don't know why I said that, but that was my initial thought. Was like, well, shit, you sold that. Nobody forced you to do that. You sold your birthright, and that was on you. Let's take some accountability here, pal.